Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of 1.8.9 single player series. As you can see, I have a new book on my bar down here. It is the Encyclopedia Aura. It is from a mod called Aura Cascade, and it's a new magic mod. Well, it's not that new actually, it was in 1.7.10. I think about halfway through the life of 1.7 it actually turned up, so that was before 1.7.10. But it's a different kind of magic mod, and it seems that so far in 1.8.9, being the Wild West that it is, we're getting a lot more magic mods straight off the bat than we are tech mods. So I'm going to use that opportunity to play around with, install, and have fun with some new stuff that I haven't tried before. And one of those things is Aura Cascade. We won't be able to immediately get into Aura Cascade because I need to get some gold and iron, but I will explain as I go once we get to that point. And I've also still promised you guys Thaumcraft first. I don't think I'm going to need you with me, and I'm not going to need that topaz with me either. So today, I think I am going to do a lot of cutting and stuff because I'm going to be doing a lot of research. We're going to need to get a good supply of ink. We're going to need to make some new scribe tools, and we're going to start putting this reed farm to good use. Although, in saying that, it needs time to grow, so we're going to go hunt some squid in the meantime. And I'm still very low on food. I'm not entirely sure what to do about that because my melon hasn't grown yet. So I think we'll walk around, or at least I'm going to walk around, try and get some melon. I'll get some ink and we'll see where we go from there. See you soon. Alright, I'm back. I was swimming around trying to get some squid. As you can see, I haven't got any food, and I found something. It's from Random Things. Seems to be some sort of special chest. I did not mean to hack that chicken, but you know, whatever. That's right, I'm not even going to look in the chest, I'm just going to break it. What do we get? We got a magic bean, I have no idea what that does. A nature chest, so we've got a fancy new chest. Probably doesn't do anything in particular. And I'm going to murder some of these chickens because I would like, 1, their feathers, and 2, their meats. We also have this thing. I'm not entirely sure what it is. But I'm going to start breaking it up. It's protecting this. A nature core. I'm going to assume that's some sort of crafting thing. And I can't break it with this axe. Does it have to be... Oh, did not mean to press F1. Or to take a screenshot. Yeah, okay. I need a better axe. Probably an iron one will do. I think that's how this works. I'm not entirely sure. This is completely new to me. I guess what we could do is we could explore JEI. I just want to clear everything off this. And then I will make a nature core waypoint. Let's look at that. Nature core. What can we use you for? Nothing? Alright. So whatever it's used in, it doesn't have a JEI. Whoa. Oh. I think I might have discovered what it does. That cube, I think that keeps coming back. So it's like a regenerating source of leaves and wood, maybe. We'll just leave it there for now. I might do some research between episodes and figure out what it's for. I still want to get a couple more pieces of ink. And I really do need to prioritize food right now, but you know what? Let's risk things. Okay, I'll see you when something else happens. Alright, I'm back home. The search for food did not go well, but I found some beans, so I'm going to plant them. I'm also going to plant this magic bean over... Apparently no, I'm not. I'm going to plant the magic bean over there. Well, I didn't expect that to happen. Okay, you know what? I'm going this way. Because I am going to cook this raw chicken. I'm going to put this nature chest down and I'm going to pretend like nothing happened. No, not really. I'm going to sleep, I'm going to eat some food, and then we're going to go and climb that. Because, I mean, that seems Jack and the Beanstalkish to me. That tells me you should go and climb that beanstalk. But before we do that, I desperately need food. Starving is not fun. Come on, chicken. Delicious chicken. And that will do us just fine. Cool. So, wow, okay, you climb that really fast. Bean pod. A bean pod. Can I break the bean pod? I certainly can, and it dropped a bunch of loot. Dropped a whole bunch of beans. And some gold and some emeralds. And then I can cut down the beanstalk. That's neat. That's a very, very cool little thing. It's nice, concise, small. It's not just like, here's a chest. It's like, you have to plant your prize, and your prize grows, and you have to climb up. You saw what happened. But that's very cool. I like that. That's actually very useful, because gold is very useful. And we'll plant some more beans. I don't know what beans do yet. I suppose I could get some bones and take a look at what they do. Why don't we do that? Why don't we explore the bounty that we have before us? With 3 bone meal. Haven't been able to collect a lot. Okay. Grows into another bean sprout. And what can I use that for? I can make lesser magic bean and bean stew. And bean stew. So uses for that. You can make an experience imbue, and I need an imbuing station. So what's an imbuing station? Random things tell me you can make an imbuing station out of an emerald. Well, we just got emerald, lily pad vines, some hardened clay, and a water bucket. We could actually do that, and then we can make experience imbues with lapis, glowstone, and a lesser magic bean. Or we can just have a food source, but I don't know how good that food source is because it takes wheat and beans. Oh, some diamonds dropped. That is good news. And some iron. Explodes out of the bean pod. What else have I missed? I think that was it. Yeah. 16 iron, 4 gold and 2 diamonds. That seems about right, and 2 emeralds. Well, why don't we put this nature chest to use? And get some paper. And while I was out, I was smart and got some sand as well, so we can make some glass to make more bottles, to make scribing tools. Basically, you want a second pair of scribing tools because it just makes things easier. And this should be enough paper to last us for quite some time. Not too much time though. We take this paper and sand can go in there. I'll just cook all of it. And I'll wait until I've got some bottles, which is going to take its sweet time, isn't it? Alright, I'll be back. Okay, bottles. I'm sure you've all seen this recipe before because it's the same as the older Thaumcrafts. But for those of you who are new to modded Minecraft or new to Thaumcraft, that's how you make scribing tools. So now we have 2 pairs. One scribing tool, this one is probably the one that gets the most use, is for doing the researches. And the one on me is for making research papers. So, for example, this will be the first research we do. We're going to do research expertise. You should always start, in my opinion, you should always start going down the improve your research tree of researches because it just makes everything in the future so much easier. And we're going to work our way from census to auto or cognitio to auto. And I think cognitio does fire. and fire and auto make potentia, and potentia can be joined by either auto or Ignis. Census though, that's one that I don't remember. Go, load. Census, air and spiritus. That makes things pretty simple, because if we do air and auto, we get motus and air and auto together make connected, and we have our first discovery. Research expertise. And now let's go to research mastery. So as you can see, with the new way of doing things, I'm pretty sure I went over this with you in a prior episode, but since we're just redoing this, I may as well go over it with you again. The way research has changed in Thaumcraft is that you don't collect aspects anymore, research aspects. Each research that you take out of your book to learn comes with a specific set of aspects, which is as many aspects as you need to complete the research. You don't need any more than that. In fact, you're given bonus aspects in order to complete the research. So now when we mouse over, because we have that first research, now when we mouse over it, we can see the composition of these, which is great. So let's start off with the easy way of doing things. We're going to do that, and then we're going to do that. And you can really, in the new way of doing research, you can really brute force things quite easily. Like, I can use too many motus and it won't stuff me up or anything, because as you can see, I still have plenty to go on here. And if I do another fire here, and then I do another potentia, we've just finished research mastery. Right? Bam! Research mastery. And it just gets easy like that, because especially once you have those first two, well, especially once you have this one in particular, you can now see what all the researches are made of. So you know what you need to have next to it in order to get it there, and you can just work your way backwards from there in the cheapest way possible, which is usually using primals. And I can't remember what this one does. Whenever you remove an aspect that you placed in Hex, there is a 50% chance that you'll regain the research point. That's very nice. Additionally, there is a 10% chance that whenever you place an aspect, it will not cost any research points to do so, which is, we'll talk about this later, or maybe in the next research that I do, and it'll be the last one that I do on camera, I think. Lastly, you're able to combine aspects in the research table by shift-clicking on the aspect you wish to create. If you have enough of the component aspects, they will automatically combine to create a clicked aspect. In the new way of doing research, I haven't found a use for that last bit, but I will show you. Let's do alchemy next. Night ore. Okay, so night ore, right? If I did fire here, whatever I'm going to need 2 of to go through here. Something that fire goes with, and that's usually either like lux or potentia or the ice one. I think it's gallium. But because of that research mastery, I don't want to just click this twice, right? I want to click it once. I have 1 gallium, and then I want to drag it out here. And if I was lucky, 10% chance, I wouldn't have had to click this a second time. This is useful because sometimes the aspects that you're given you start to run low on, and it's quite nice to have the breathing room of the chance of that not happening, right? So now I can just join these, and we have night ore. And then we take elementum, and same thing applies. So that'll be potentia between both of those. And whatever joins potentia. Now I just did that the wrong way because I clicked that twice, but that's me being lazy and knowing I have enough aspects. So I'm going to leave you guys here for a bit and I'll do some research and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and I'm briefly here to explain the next part of research. You can see that I have player levels. Now, the difference between Thaumcraft 4 and 5 research is that these hexes, you used to buy them with aspects. You used to pour a certain amount of aspects that you had gathered through scanning things with your thaumometer. But now you pay for them with player levels. So if I want all 3 of these, those were 3 experience each, so now I'm down 9 experience, down to 4 from 13. Right? So that's how you do the other part of this. I'm going to get void jar as well, but now I've locked myself out of going this way, so I have to generate levels, which means, you know, doing things in the world like hunting mobs or collecting ore. So I'll be back once I've done some more research. Okay, I'm back and I've sped through 22 different researches apparently. So I've what have I unlocked? I've unlocked a lot of alchemy, specifically this stuff. I'd really like to get to that very, very soon. I could probably duck outside and get some paper. And this one, because I'll need this to get into this, which these Essentia transfusions make things so much tidier. You don't have to rely on piping to get things done around your base. And a couple of days have passed. It's nighttime yet again. And I've already slept once. But I've also done a bunch in thaumaturgy. I've unlocked a lot of the... Well, I've unlocked all of the basic foci. So now I can get hold of this, and a whole bunch of stuff in here which I need to get at. I haven't done anything in Artifice though. Artifice isn't important to me right now, although I would like to get Infusion and Infernal Furnace as soon as possible as well. But if we come out, I'll get some more paper. And I've decided I will show you guys some more researches, because now we're getting into the fun kind of researches, the harder ones. I just wanted to show you what the harder ones were like, and show you how quickly you can do research in the new Thaumcraft. It's quite a lot easier. You might have seen how I sped through those first few, but it just really is a whole lot easier. Now, having said that, and because I'm filming myself, I'm going to screw up these next researches that I do on camera. Okay, so first things first, I wanted to get this and this. And so let's do that. We're doing the Thaumic Essentia Smeltery. So to get that, the cheapest one of those two, Instrumentum is the most expensive, and the cheapest one is Equal Trade. I just call that Trade because I don't know what the actual name is, but Trade is that, right? And that links to Order, and Order and Fire is Potentia. And to get to Aqua, we can do Victus, which we can then do Earth, which we can then do Metallum, and we've made a link. Okay, that's that one done. Is this one a bit harder? Yeah, there we go. This one's a bit harder. Alright, so again, the it's Trade is the cheapest for Fabrico, so we do Trade. And then we can hook that up with whatever we want. Let's use some Order, and we're going to have to cross that gap by doubling things. Probably a cheaper way of doing that, but we usually have enough to be able to afford being a bit fast and loose with what we use, so we're just going to do that. And then we have the most Order, so we're just going to use an Order one there. And then we can get to this. So we can use Fire, and Fire and Air, Lux, which gets us Fire again, and Fire and Auto is Potentia. And now we need to get to Aqua again, and you got it. It's Victus to Earth to Metallum. See how quick you can get those done? So you can see, what are you doing? I'm pressing the wrong button. I'm pressing 3 instead of E. Again, if you didn't see in the last episode, I think it was the last episode, or maybe it was one of my Fallout ones, I mentioned that I have a new keyboard now, so I keep misplacing my fingers. It's amazing how much finger placement becomes habit based on the shape of your keyboard rather than the fact that it's a bunch of keys, right? So we're almost done with that, but I'm missing a research for Essentia Transfusion, and I guarantee that has something to do with Artifice, specifically Arcane Bellows, I think. Or maybe it's a piston. Have I studied a piston? We'll soon find out. No, I haven't. Did that get us what we needed? No, it didn't. So it's probably infusion. Let's quickly do infusion then. And when I do say quickly, I do mean quickly. So again, trade, cheapest thing we've got. When I say cheapest, it's because making compound Essentia is expensive. Like if I wanted to get to Spiritus or if I wanted to get to Instrumentum, I'd be using a lot of these just to get one place, one hex, right, filled. I'd be spending like 4 or 5 Essentia. So that's what I mean by it being expensive. So trade, we can go with auto, and what's something we can make with auto? Motus. Motus is appropriate because we need to get that over to there. So we can use air, and then we can use Motus, and then we can use auto and Motus. And this is what I mean by being blunt, right? I just used a whole bunch of Motus and auto. And I'm down to 1 auto, but we did it. And that's what matters. There we go, infusion. Is that what we needed? Yes, it was. So now we can finish off our alchemy tree. Or at least the right-hand side of the alchemy tree. Right. So this one's a bit more interesting because we've got some Essentia we don't see very often. But it's also pretty simple. This, and this, and this, and why not some Gallum? And that needs the blackness. So we'll do this, and Gallum, because Gallum is fun. And to get you and you joined, let's do order and Potentia. That joins that up. We want to get water and Motus. So, as usual. What? Okay, that's right. Had a lot of Essentia to waste there. Victus. Earth. Order. And I've run out of ink. And ink sac. And where was I? Yes, Metallum. Cool. And bam, we have finished the right-hand side of the alchemy tree. It's very quick. I love the new way of doing Essentia. You do have to have a little bit of a memory, because you have to remember like what makes trade, what makes emptiness, what makes darkness, that sort of thing, right? You have to remember what makes Gallum, what makes Potentia, yada yada. But if you remember some of the more basic ones, like Metallum, Potentia, Motus, Victus, you can get through basically any research. But yeah, so we have some basic things to start off with, although I did want to get Infernal Furnace. But the first thing we want to do is we want to make a smeltery, and to make a smeltery, and the Infernal Furnace can go over there. And by the way, I did get some comments on the previous episode about how I do have ore doubling in Thaumcraft right now. And that's true, and we're probably going to abuse it because I don't think we have any other picks available to us, but you need a pickaxe of the core. And the reason you need a pickaxe of the core is when you're mining raw ore, the pickaxe of the core can break that raw ore down into a cluster, a native cluster. Right, one of these things. Instead of getting a block, you get a native cluster, and that native cluster gets you 2 instead of the normal 1, and that's how you ore double with Thaumcraft. You can also, I think, in alchemy, yes, if you put iron ore plus metallum in order into a crucible, you can turn it into a native cluster. The only question is, where are you going to get this metallum from? So, yeah. Do I have 7 yet? I do not. I haven't gabbed long enough. Come on. You can do it. Bam. We need a cauldron. And then I need my wand. We take our cauldron and we take our wand and we smack it. And that gets us a crucible. Yay. Now the only thing is we haven't gone to the nether yet. Why that's important is because we need some form of fire underneath this thing. So for now, we're going to be hilarious and use a log. And we're going to have to change out the log and hope that the thing boils in the meantime. I need my bucket, thank you very much. Let's just fill you on up. Do I have a flint and steel though? I don't. Do I have any flint? I don't even have flint. That's terrible. Let's turn this into flint. The hard way. Because I can't be bothered going and finding flint. So we'll just wander around hitting it with our spade until it turns into flint because it's a chance thing. You will turn into flint. I demand it. I demand you become flint. This is no game, gravel. You must become flint. It will at some point. It's just being very stubborn. It's turning nighttime. There it goes. Good timing, flint. So, flint and iron, not flint and steel. Silly Minecraft. Doing things that don't make any sense. Gosh. Right. So, first things first, we will need to make some night ore. JEI, how do I make night ore? I need glowstone. Oh boy. We may have to make a trip to the nether after all. Totally forgot that it needed glowstone. Can we make glowstone? It drops off a witch, or I can double it in a crucible. Yeah, we need to go to the nether. That's a pain. Alright, well, I guess we need to get our 3rd diamond as a priority. Our progress has kind of been halted. Yes, let's put this stuff away. Try and find that 3rd diamond. You can go there. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Chests. More chests, more Soren storage. We just put all this stuff away because we don't need it right now. And I need another iron pick, or all this will go horribly wrong. Okay, let's go venture down into the depths. I will need to carve out some more though, because I don't think the caves are going to get me there fast enough. I usually like to go down to about layer 8 to do my mining. Layer 12 is also pretty good, but typically layer 8. So we went down to 20, let's keep going. Good old spiral staircase. At some point I'll probably replace this with a ladder and some water at the bottom so I can jump down and climb up. But I never get round to that, so don't trust anything I'm saying. It'll probably be a spiral forever and ever. We're at 12. Let's get our butts down to 8. There we go. And I feel like going north. Actually, we're going to go this way. Where am I going? I'm going around the back of the stairs. So I realised in the future I might be using an arcane bore going this way, which will make a certain tunnel look a certain way. So now we're behind here, and let's just do some mining. So I'll be back once I have found my 3rd diamond. Okay, so as you can see on the mini-map, quite a few branch mines in. Give me my cave view, please. Thank you. Quite a few branch mines in. I finally found my first diamond ore. So we now have our 3rd diamond, the necessary diamond in order to break into the nether, because we do not have tinkers. I'm waiting specifically. Tinkers probably will go into this set of mods, but I was waiting specifically until the one that we're testing on Thaumcraft gets out to the public, and I don't know when that will be. Boney has said it would probably be soon-ish, so just fingers crossed for when that happens. But until then, we are stuck with single block mining and no decent way to get into the nether without waiting for diamonds. And diamond mining is a lot harder when you can't take out a 3x3 chunk tunnel, because that reveals a lot more wall for you to investigate. Because I mean, the idea with branch mining, right, is that you are trying to reveal as much wall space as you possibly can. That's why you have tunnel, then 2 blocks, and then a tunnel. It's so that you are looking at the wall. You're not sharing a wall between tunnels. That way you are investigating 2 walls as you dig. I hope that makes any sense whatsoever. But so you're only investigating how many? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks for every 2 blocks carved out. Whereas with even a basic hammer, that's 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3 carved out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks investigated at a time. A heck of a lot better. So now we have 3 diamonds. And I don't know why I just put them in there. But we need our 3 diamonds. And we need our 2 sticks. And we have our magical mystical diamond pickaxe. And now we need to make obsidian. So let's do that. What I'll do is I'll mine the obsidian. We'll come back, we'll make the portal, and I'll show you where I'm getting my lava from, by the way. We'll make the portal, and I'll enter the nether, but that's when we'll have to wrap up this episode. So, next episode can start off from the nether. Of course, that'll be next week. Since we're doing cuts back, hopefully the server has been kicked and is healthy again. For more building fun on the cuts back server. That'll be fun. So here we are at the bottom. If I come down this way, found a little cave system. I already investigated a little bit, didn't do any mining, or much mining. You can see I've left the lapis and stuff there. I want to leave the lapis there until I actually have fortune, because lapis is a lot more useful now than it ever was, especially with RF tools installed. But that is the wrong pickaxe. There we go. Yeah, so I'm leaving all the lapis I find where I find it. I'm not mining anything that I don't need right now. I'm just leaving it down here in the tunnels. So it can be made more useful later. Anyway, I'm going to get this 10 obsidian and I'll be back. Okay. I am back. And I have my 10 obsidian. And I just noticed my melon had fully grown, so I'm just going to plant that. I know it's not even a correctly set up melon farm. I'll do that later. So let's do this and see what we get in the nether. Hopefully we get real close to a nether fortress to start off with. Wouldn't that be nice? But who knows what we get. Bam. And pot will go. Yeah. Let's see what we get. Okay, well, here we are in the nether. I don't see any nether fortresses nearby. In fact, I just see a whole heck of a lot of lava. There's quite a lot of glowstone out over the lava pits as well. Let's have a quick look around, and then we'll wrap up. Do we see anything useful in our direct obscenity? Vicinity. That piece of netherrack will be very, very useful. But no, I don't think we see anything particularly interesting nearby, so that's unfortunate. We'll have to work for our glowstone. She says as she finds glowstone easily within reach. And that will sort our night horse situation out. So, alright guys, next episode we're going to make that Nightor and we're going to get on with Thaumcraft. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode and you like this lovely hellish vista I'm looking out on. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.